So in last week's episode, we built the ultimate B-roll rolling light stand system, which is a key part behind actually filming all of the videos on my YouTube channel because it speeds up the workflow quite a lot from a traditional tripod. Second to that, I also built an audio system a little while ago, and that thing has been working out really nicely as well. What I've noticed though is that I can't actually see the footage from the camera, right? The camera's like behind me sometimes, shooting these over-the-shoulder shots, and it takes a lot of time to go back to the camera to check up on the footage, see if the shot worked out. So I'd like to create a new stand system with the audio integrated, but also with a monitor on there so that I can actually see what I'm doing. One of the things that has been holding me back in that though is actually the monitor, because most monitors that I've had, you need to plug them into the wall to actually power them up. And I never really knew that there were portable monitor solutions out there at an affordable price point. So that brings us to the sponsor of today's video, that's UPERFECT. They sent out the UPERFECT T118, which is a really neat portable monitor that you can just connect to your laptop, for example, with a single USB-C cable. And it powers the monitor and it also directly transfers the image. They offer a bunch of different versions, so they have like 2K monitors with really high refresh rates in OLED, and then we have, the monitor that we have here, which is 4K, but it's at 60 Hz. And these were all really nicely constructed with a fully metallic housing, which I wasn't expecting at all. I thought it would be plastic. They have a vase mount at the back, but also this little kickstand, so if you don't want to use it with a vase mount, you can kick it up like this. And a bunch of I/O at the side and a bunch of buttons on the other side. One thing I don't like is that the I/O, it sticks out. So you need to buy like angled cables to actually make that look good. And the reason you might want to do that is because of the vase mount on there, right? You could put it on a setup next to your main monitor and actually have it be vertical. And this one is actually 18 inches, so it's just the right size for putting next to a 32-inch monitor, and it will be exactly the same height. So special thanks to UPERFECT for sending that out. They gave us some discount codes in the description down below as well, so definitely check that out. And I mentioned that there might be some Prime deals going on right now as well. Something else that's held me back from doing this in the past is actually how we get the feed from the camera into the monitor itself. So I don't want a cable attached to it constantly, right? So I bought this wireless transmission set from Hollyland, the Pyro S. Super expensive, but I think it's worth it because I also do productions outside of, the YouTube channel. And it's really useful to have like a director's monitor. With this wireless transmission set, you can actually connect it to 4 different receivers. So you could have 4 different monitors on location or on set. So for most people, this would seem totally overkill because you could also just use the application that is, on the camera itself and then get a live feed on an iPad, for example. The thing with that is that it doesn't automatically work straight away, right? But the Pyro S actually does. As soon as it receives power, it links the two together and then it automatically functions. And the system I want to build here is just a single battery. As soon as you plug it in, audio turns on, the screen turns on, the transmission set turns on. So the stand system is exactly the same as the last time. So this is a newer light stand, and I've replaced the center column with this center column from a bitfold light stand, which allows us to attach the pistol grips. And this is really neat because it unscrews in columns so that we can actually reduce the height so that it can roll underneath doorways. And everything I have going on right here, you can buy that in a single kit these days. This is a light stand from Hollyland, so I'll leave a link to it in the description down below as well. The build is a little less complex than the previous ones, so we're just putting a normal sandbag on this thing because we don't necessarily need to go super low. And in this case, I'm using these pistol grips from Godox, which have that little plate on there, but I'll be replacing this plate with this longer spigot mount so that we can actually attach stuff on the bottom as well. And on the top of this thing, we're mounting the gear tree arm. This is a really nice microphone arm. It's a little bit more flexible than other microphone arms I've tried so far because it has that center piece which twists and turns as well. When it's connected, the thread of the spigot mount is still sticking out, so we can still add a ball head to this thing. And this is the ball head that will actually allow us to connect the monitor later down the line. On the opposite side of the pistol grip, there's still a little mounting hole, which will connect this tiny little magic arm to. And I ordered a V-mount battery plate with power pass-through, so it has a bunch of ports on the battery plate itself. And this means we can connect a V-mount battery and we don't have to plug anything into the battery itself, right? So on some V-mount battery plates, you still have to connect it to the battery itself. And that's an extra step I just don't want to do. So I'm connecting the V-mount battery plate to this little ball head over here, which has a quick release on there. Before we connect that to the light stand, I want to attach this audio box Go. In a prior episode, I 3D printed a new casing around this audio box Go, so it has a little cheese plate at the bottom over there, which allows us to screw it onto the spigot mount over here. After this, we can attach the V-mount battery plate onto that little magic arm. And on the top over there, with that quick release plate, we can clip on the Pyro S, so that I can still take it off really quickly and take it onto location. The UPERFECT monitor has a vase mount at the bottom, but it didn't have any vase mounts laying around which could connect to this light stand system. So what I did is I grabbed a longer arc Swiss plate and I just screwed 2 bolts in there with some washers in between so it holds onto it. It's not recommended because I think it actually needs all 4 contact points, but it's been holding up really nicely so far. As for the audio solution over here, I'm still using the same microphone, the same one I have up here as well. So that's the Audio-Technica AT875R. Super cheap, but it's super reliable, and it's actually really decent in terms of audio quality as well. Just routed a cable across the gear tree arm, and that goes into the audio box go over there. The Pyro S connects with a DC cable to the DC port on the V-mount battery plate over here. And then the USB-C port on the V-mount battery plate connects to the monitor. And there's only one USB-C port on the V-mount battery plate, so the second USB-C cable from the audio box go actually goes into the monitor, because that actually provides like a power pass-through mode. And then of course we still need to connect the HDMI cable from the Pyro S that goes directly into the monitor over here. And the V-mount battery that's going to be powering this thing is the VB99 from SmallRig. They have a VB99 Pro as well, which has a metallic housing, but in terms of the internals, I think they're both exactly the same. And I'm not entirely sure how long this battery will power this setup, but it's really nice that I could just click it in and everything turns on, right? So the Pyro S turns on, the audio box go turns on, and the display turns on. And it automatically links straight away to the other Pyro S as well. So I don't have to go through any menu systems to actually get it to function properly. The only thing that I still have to turn on by hand is the Rode Wireless Go set, and I've tried my absolute best to find a wireless transmission set which has a physical on-off switch, so that I could put a dummy battery in it and then make it work with the system. And I just haven't found any. But I do remember actually being on location for a shoot, and I saw a wireless transmission set that had exactly that, but I just don't remember which brand it was. And I've asked ChatGPT, I've searched everywhere. So if you know of a wireless transmission set that automatically turns on when it receives power, then definitely let me know in the comment section down below as well, because that would save me tons of time and also tons of footage that doesn't have audio, because sometimes I forget to turn on the Rode Wireless Goes. The system has been really awesome to use, and usually it's right off to the left of me, just outside the frame. The microphone is right above the thing that we're filming. It's actually improved the production quality quite a lot, because now I'm able to use lenses that I normally wouldn't really want to deal with, because it takes a lot of time. So you can actually see, like, okay, is it in focus when I'm standing here, and is my shoulder in front of the shot? But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it was informative, and hopefully see you in the next one.